Here we go. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. I hope you can see me, hear me, and such. Just need to 1 second because I've got my camera here with my phone, which I sending some noise through. I hope there is no echo. If there's an echo, please let me know. I will see what I can do to correct it. Hello, good morning, afternoon. Yeah, so welcome to my stream. My name is Jarek. I'm the Archon Studio CEO. Last time we see each other was about 3 weeks ago. As always, I have a number of updates for you, especially around the new things. As always, if you have any type of questions, please let me know. Yeah, echo is there. I know. I won't be able to do anything about it at the moment. I know what the reason, because we have new setup, new camera setup. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. I'm using the phone to actually show you some of the new stuff, and it seems to be like the sound is passing through as well. So that's why it might be a slightly echo. Okay. Before we go, please drop questions. I have some number of answers for you from Discord questions and such. So maybe let's gonna go with the first ones and so on. So since you mentioned that we will start printing process of Home 3 soon, how are the players 8 sheet and the town building tiles? So all the as we agreed internally that I didn't like the player 8 sheet. So for those of you who doesn't know, during the unboxing I showed you, it's basically a piece of kind of A4 paper, and I believe that needed to be improved because it's going to be used quite frequently. I think so. So we exchanged this one for the carton one. So you should that is already done. I don't have any samples at the moment. We just told them that we're going to be using completely different material and such. So that should be there. In terms of tiles, building tiles, this is something the other test, and I've actually seen it on a video. So different machine was used to actually cut those tiles, and there is a slightly, let's say, movement, a space to move your tiles, just a little bit, half of the millimeter, which means that once you put them in or remove them, you won't have to kind of use any type of force, so it will resist more, and they will hopefully last forever. So both of the changes which I mentioned are going to be implemented. Can you explain more about the subteams? Yes, I will. I have a small graphic. Why? Maybe I have removed that one. So in terms of subteams, is the plan for the dungeons and lasers caves is that we have 3 teams, and then as always during the Kickstarter, and at the moment this is only planned, during Kickstarter we want to create a number of super stretch goals, and those super stretch goals will be around a sub-teams. So I can tell you about one. I can tell you about the spider nest. So the spider nest super stretch goal will be, you'll get a sprue, actually 4 sprues, which allows you to create a room which will be themed to a spider nest. Okay, so you may expect, I think, 9 of this kind of themes during the Kickstarter or Game Found actually. So during the Game Found, you will be able to select, if we unlock all of them, 3 out of 9, or yeah, I think it's 3 out of 9. So there's a good number there. And then they will obviously work like normal dungeon lasers, and some of them gonna be custom made. So it means that tiles for them gonna be only made for this set in order to actually keep them much more aesthetically and much more organic, which I'll have some pictures to show you as well in a sec. Yeah. So nothing will be included in the core set. Core set is a separate part of it. So you have 3 core sets. You can pick any number of core sets from any theme, and then additionally on top of that, those what we mentioned are the sub themes. They are going to be free, but you can expand. You can always buy more if you want during the yeah. Right, let's go through. Oh my goodness, there's a few number of questions. That's great. But I need to go through the presentation first because that will answer many of those questions which you already asked. I think this is the button. Yep, that's the button. All right, let's see. So, given how amazing it was to see us at the UK Game Expo this year, is there any chance to see you again at the London Comic Con? I'm not gonna be at the. Oh, thank you for this question, by the way. I'm not gonna be available at the Comic Con this year. I think as a business, as a company, neither do anyone from the company at the Comic Con. We are going to be attending two major ones, which we're going to be attending. Is the first one is the Essen Spiel, obviously. So this year we have a massive stand, quite large. We have some plans, some new announcements on the at the UK Game at the Essen. So that's one of the reasons. Plenty of new releases. And something special. So also kind of rebranding because we're going to be announcing or showing or presenting for the first time a new logo. So every single banner, everything will be with the new logo. Okay, so we're gonna be at hall number 1. It's a massive place. So next to the big boys, we got GW and Atomic Mass Games and Pokemon, ABC, Blackfire and such. So yeah, quite happy about the spot, and yeah, that's gonna be the biggest. I think this is the largest stand we ever had in the company as on a trade show. I think it's like 4 times larger than the last year's stand. And then the other trade show, which is not kind of trade show, but we want to be there. This is brand licensing Europe, London. So again, as well here for the first time. So for the first time we actually got a stand there. This is mainly for IP projects and such, and also because we currently building our own IP. We want to also share what is out there. By the sheer accident, we are next to the GW again. Right, so here's a Warhammer GW, and we're actually going to be next to them. So I'm not gonna be at this trade show. Michał and Marcin, both of them gonna be attending because they're happening at the same time as the Essen one, unfortunately. So I would like to be at the branding licensing expo Europe, because we're going to have quite a good number of our partners seeing us, and it's going to be first time when we're going to be able to show them a vast variety of the products or games IP products we make. So yeah, so those are two major ones, and for the small ones, usually we only attending the Polish ones with the heroes and such. So we don't have any more plans for larger conventions this year. Next year, however, we will be much more present in the UK as well as the USA. I would like to make at least 3 USA trade show next year. And it's dedicated to the products we're gonna be announcing and releasing. Will there pre-colored old DNL sets in the next Kickstarter as an add-on? If not, yes, they will be. So literally just yesterday we had a meeting about Dungeons and Lasers, about this new campaign, and about the pre-painting it. So the plan is that you will find at least 4 or 5 sets from the previous campaigns, much bigger sets than we had them previously in the campaigns, and they all gonna be pre-painted, available as an add-on. So you will be able to pick them as an add-on. Pre-painting or pre-colored for us is a huge step. It's a huge step. I think this is the biggest change in the let's say product diversity in this company ever. I mean, first step was moving from resin to plastic injection products. Now it's gonna be from plastic injection to pre-painted plastic injection. So I'm very, very excited about this, and yeah, you see how it goes. But all the samples we've made thus far and all the tests, I'm very, very, very happy about it. Very happy about the quality. That is kind of interesting, and I just put this one there just to get my guys to have a look at it. I mean, I'm pretty sure we haven't removed any manuals. They should be there. If not, my team will check for you this one. There's also something to mention. We are working currently on a new page, like really new page, which is a few levels up to the page we currently have. So we should be rolling out the new page within 2 months. We had a meeting today. We have seen it. I'm very happy. There's a few more small things to be updated for the blog, especially, but the rest of the stuff looks very, very good. So yeah, I just mentioned this as a side quest. Is your work with Parabellum Conquest affecting any of the in-house Archon designs? I don't think, I don't think this is about affecting any type of our designs. It's not that. I'm very happy about them, the way they provide models, they make models. We work together really to get the best quality possible from the manufacturing process we have here. Because initial models we were not happy, and some of the models we were sending back to them and saying, look, I mean, if you want, that was a long time ago, about 2 years ago. And even my team, when they spent some time on cutting models, they were not happy because we were working with models which were not the standard, let's say. So, but we've been providing feedback and feedback after feedback, and then eventually they improved the way they sculpt models, and it's very, very aligned with what we are capable of doing with our machines and our process. I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous, and I'm jealous because we had the biggest model here made. It was ours. Now we're making this big model, which is bigger than our models, and we have to basically make even bigger now. So something we are thinking about, to make sure we have bigger model. No, it's not that. I'm kind of jealous because I'm very happy about the Parabellum. I'm very happy about the Parabellum, the way they running the business and the way they're growing. That's really, really, really seeing that. And always when we go kind of online, I'm always on Daka. Maybe I'm not active person commenting on Daka. However, I always want to have the latest news. And whenever I go on Mantic or Parabellum or GF9 or any other topics about the miniatures models and see people commenting that, hey, finally they have the quite good quite good quality miniatures models. This is what basically it builds up. You start thinking, okay, we're actually doing something great for them, with them. So that's amazing. So yeah, seeing partners growing is also good though. On that, and just staying here, I think it's about time to do something something internally, some very nice war game, skirmish game. I think it's about time. Yeah, I would say hell is about time. I mean, you guys know that quote. DNL case, will there be a translation piece in the stretch goals? Yes, there is. Let me show you. I've got a graphic. I will show you graphic at the end of this slide. We have, so the idea is to create a element which will transition from the caves into the other dungeons, to the dungeons basically. And this is the same question. I'm not quite sure whether we can create something like that. Maybe we could create entrances or something around that. So. And this is the element we talk about. I mean, this is only roof draft, something which Krzysiek proposed. So the small wall is, as you can see, this is basically a cave, and then previous wall. So by the previous walls we mean this is a dungeon. So you would have, this is the where the plug goes. Actually, for dungeons, we have a plug mounting here in the middle. So we just have to make a element which will cover that and that plug and goes around it. And then it will create you a one line flow with a with that new set. So yes. Yeah. Okay. This is something we haven't done it. This is something we planned for. We planned for caves, and I will show you in a second. I've got full pictures of prototype, a couple of pictures of the prototype, so I'll show you those things in a sec. It's a good question. It's a really good question. Any news on the expansion? Yes. Oh look, yeah. So as I mentioned, the camera might be working very, very slow. I hope it works. We froze. No, it works. It's not the best today. I don't know what's going on. We need to sort it out as a camera because I've got now phone connected and it should be everything, you know, nicely and working. So expansion is available now. Finally, we got it. It's a smaller box than a normal you would find. In there, you have a set of the cards of the encounter cards and such. Then you have a set of other cards. And then we have down the bottom tokens. This is no miniatures in there. So we haven't planned any miniatures for this expansion because we wanted to mainly focus. Oh, that's bad. The camera is bad. This time around the camera is bad. I don't know why, but it's and then obviously we have a rulebook and rulebook with many additional rules, with missions, new scenarios and such. So yeah. So expansion is available now. It's gonna be also available at the Essen. I'm gonna have to fix this. It's one of the reasons why I actually put in those pictures instead of showing you, because I was just thinking, you know, it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not working. So it's not the best, basically. Right. Cool. Let's have a look on that. So this is the way we want to break this angles and such from previous lineals. As you can see, the curve walls, sorry, and also the half tile. So the half tile is something you can build it up as the at the end, and basically it's not going to be, you know, as square as you would expect it to be. Now the number of those things, it's not defined yet. I think the team you're going to have enough of them to actually build quite nice, complex kind of ends of caves, right? So this is only prototype. I have to mention this. This is basically prototype. So whatever you see here, it's not final. We're still gonna be improving it, tuning in a little bit. And it's made out of several different themes. Actually, two themes. You have a demonic theme here, and then you have a normal cave or simple normal cave here in the front, and then some props. I put some miniatures in there just to show the scale of everything. So yeah. Only one downside of that is you will always have a little bit of, you know, squareness here at the end of the tile, but that is the corner, so it shouldn't go like that. It should be, you know, it should be ended with something else, just like that alone. But you know, it doesn't stop you. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Let me check for some questions. So maybe some Yeti then as a stretch goals. There is a few themes. I know the second one, which I will tell you right now, is something about around the goblins. So yeah, it will align with the goblins. Would there be a pirate ship cave for the pirate? That's not the. Hey, this is not the bad idea though. It's not the bad idea. Make it pirates and then, you know, treasure hidden by pirates or something, or maybe somewhere where the pirate ship, the flying one, is its hunger. I'm not quite sure about that. The team will be able to answer. I think you should be still able. I think so. As the question is about the wave 1 of Heroes 3 shipping. We don't make instruction for Parabellum. We only make the product itself. The manual instruction is made by them. Yes, I agree on that one. I agree on that one that there's room to improve in terms of manual instruction. Usually the instruction should be made ideally should be made once you have a physical product model, and then you assemble, and once you assemble you actually create a manual instruction, because sometimes some elements are tricky to put into it. But most of the companies, and I'm gonna say straight away, we as well, we create a digital manual instruction before even we have a physical model. Yeah, but ideally it will be different. And yeah, maybe at some point when if you're going to manage to extend the release time a little bit longer, so this means work for a bit longer on the products, we will be able to do it much better. But yeah, in terms of manual instructions, they make them. But I will pass the I will pass the feedback. This is something you can ask on the Kickstarter. So the question is about the size of the sleeves for the cards. You can ask this question down there. What's the news on the fields? That's what it is here. So we have it now. Wave 7. No, I kept wave 7 for the next one, because I don't want to release too much information before Essen. Well, I want to release something before Essen, but not too much now. So yeah, so just watch watch the next live, and I will have something for you. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, only the one which I just showed you a few seconds ago, which means just like a plug-in elements in the stretch goals, allowing you to transition from mines, for instance, to caves, right? But nothing. I think those plugs will be themed, cave themed. You know what I mean? So yeah, you just plug on them, and then nice transition. Okie dokie. Let's move on. I'll come back to those questions. No worries. Will there be any more updates on the gallery before? Yes, it will be. And it's aligned with the next question. So we will see how much we can actually update before we close the pledge manager. But ideally, I would like to keep the pledge manager to open for as long as we have we haven't shown you everything. So we want to make sure we show you everything, and then we're going to be closing the pledge manager. So bear with us. We will extend the time then. We'll extend the time. Okay. So I want to make sure that you're not buying cat in the back. We say that in Poland. I think it's the same in English, right? Since the final dimensions and shapes of insert unknown, can we get a confirmation of recommended thickness of the card sleeves? It's still 60 microns for the small boxes and the big box. The last I answered this question I think last time, and it was for the both 60 microns. Yeah, but if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But I'm pretty sure this is what we have discussed. Yeah. The caves demo in teasers looks great. My question is: there any update on if we can have a small antler fork added in the next campaign or later? Yeah, sure. we will add to the list. No problem. Okay. Titanomachy, yes, we do have. Titanomachy alone is it's a very complex question. We had a discussion yesterday about it, the way we want to move it, and some concepts which fly through, and some ideas which are coming up again for the game. It's great. At least we're progressing, and so on. But I just want to mention one thing. It's not so easy to create a setting, and it's not so easy to design everything around it to make sure it's actually good. So when I say good, is that at some point you have options to expand the system. You have options to create a fantastic product, because at the end of the day we have to sell it, and then you don't lock yourself into some small universe which doesn't allow you to create nothing great. So we had discussion yesterday. I mean, as I mentioned, the designing anything as a universe and such, it's really, really complex stuff, because at the end of the day, many companies not even doing that. So like a CD Projekt, for instance, it's not. I watched at some point, I don't know what it was, like a couple of years ago, I watched one of the interview from the guys from CD Projekt, and they were mentioning that the question was, why you're not actually working on your own IP, and they said because they are unable to work on in a shortcut. They are unable to work on their own IP because if it's so complex and it requires X, Y, Z, and it's much easier to go for something which is available out there. So that's the reasons why they have Witcher, and why they have like Cyberpunk now, because for them it's much easier. You don't have to create something which people might not buy into it. So really, it's not. Everybody will say it's simple, but for us as a company, for me as a person who is like financially responsible for everything, even with my own personal money, then I have to make the right calls. And to make the right calls, I need to make sure that whatever we're going to designing, whatever we're going to be, putting on the shelves, needs to be really, really good. So this is one of the reasons why it's just so difficult sometimes for us to to go and okay, let's do that, and especially when you talk about a big investment, right? And for the small investment, it doesn't really matter. If we were making like mobile video games and some simple ones, we don't really care about okay, whether it's gonna be X, Y, Z, but we actually we're actually making physical product, which means it's a huge investment into tooling, massive investment into tooling, massive investment into in the product and such. So everything needs to be very, 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 very carefully concerned, taking consideration. So back in the corporation I used to work, we had this rule. It's called first time through. And first time through was whenever you create a process and that process was working perfectly with no needed of fixing because of quality issues or whatsoever. And that's the goal here. The Titanomachy goal is to make sure that we have a product which is like first time through, and it looks good and plays good and such. And as we are on the Titanomachy, I will show you some concepts and something we have been working on. But as we work on the concepts for Titanomachy, I will show you something in a sec. So those concepts I'm going to be showing you, this is just basically rough ideas about several different factions we were thinking about. So much more organic factions. So we had this discussion yesterday about what exactly we want to do. We're going to be keeping the original theme which was there, and then we're going to be adding kind of sprinkle of fantasy into it, or sprinkle of all those things. So this is just rough concepts for different kind of factions. Nothing you see here is like 100% there, and I think several things will still going to be changed and improved, based on what I'm showing you right now here. So we're exploring many options, let's say, for Titanomachy, and we really want to make this right. So these are all the concepts. On top of that, we have all the previous concepts you have seen it. So the team will explore this, and then if it's not working, we're gonna just search for more in order to actually get there. And that thing is, that's one of the problems, you know. We, for many years, we our commodities is very closed, if you know what I mean. Closed, this means like this, you cannot go out there and find on the market somebody with this knowledge of, you know, product designing, which is combined with, you know, all the aspect together. This means sales, visual, you know, production, everything else. It's very difficult to find person like that. And I think the only one way to find this type of person is actually to fish for somebody from GW. And that's the reality, because there's no other company like that with such experience, with, you know, combine the processing and everything else. Usually many companies are not having that much skill, so they only focus on one thing, which they design universe, and it's great, but everything taught that universe, or which comes with this universe, is not the greatest, right? So this is what I try to find. I try to find people who will be to that level that could potentially, you know, that could help us in developing several different products, but that everything works together. This is how we make, because this is our possibility, and we use maximum from, you know, our processing. We have plastic injection, we have now pre-painted. I was thinking about making mechs pre-painted, you know. I got some mechs from GW just recently. I just got a few Titans, and not Titans, the small ones, just to see if we're gonna be able to pre-paint them. Like, you know, why not? This is also optional, right? So that would be the one thing. And, you know, and then we have a plastic injection in clear plastic, so that also have to somehow use this process, because it's great, it's working, nobody else got it, so why not? So everything needs to, you know, talk to each other, okay? And that's the problem. But we're actively working towards something great. I just wanted to show you the tool quickly. It's finished, and I think it's being tooled now, so I should be able to show you a assembled model. And this is the size. So yeah, if you have DNL, so that's the normal tile size. This is a small one. That's the large one. So it's quite a lot of floor space for that tool. Okay. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Before we move on, let me just see if the camera actually stabilized a little bit. Is it, please? Have a look. I'm trying to... Yeah, that's the Drake. I think I'm gonna have to just, I don't know, use normal camera here instead of, you know, trying to fix the issue with it with, you know, phones or whatever. Just the proper camera. And yeah, there's also this big boy. That's the big boy. So sure. Yeah, again. So we were testing today and it was actually kind of working, but looking at that is not the best. I think because of this works with Wi-Fi, it needs to go through the server and then flies back to us, and that's one of the reasons why it is what it is. I was going to show you more models, large models, but obviously this setup and it won't make any justice at all. Jesus Christ, okay, that's not good. What's funny, I can see that here my cam on the phone itself screen is actually perfect. So it's something about sending, streaming, or maybe something at the server's ends. Maybe this is not our fault today. Okay. We will keep the show off on the camera for the next one. I'll keep them on my desk. So heroes. I've got a few slides for heroes we can go through, but I just want to check the comments, right? Oh, there's plenty comments. Plenty. Ah, yeah. unfortunately, there used to be a trade show which we absolutely loved. It was in Antwerp, and we were going, and was called Crisis. It was the show we were going there just to chill out, literally chill out, and it was small trade show, but loads of actually British companies were coming over there, and this is actually stopped after Brexit because it's so difficult now for British companies to come over to Europe and do the trade shows. It's a shame, you know. We always, I've got many stories, like usually myself and Michał, so the business partner, CEO, we were going there, and I remember one day when we gone there, and we were setting up the stand, and the day we needed to set up the stand, we just went for a couple pints of Duvel, and I wasn't expecting Duvel to be so strong. So, and the end of the day, we ended up with setting up the stand next day, waking up at 7 o'clock and rushing to the venue just to get the stand up and such. But sales wise, never was such a great show. But you know, you had all the big boys there, all the kind of important people from the industry all coming. So shame is actually gone, really shame. And usually what's happening after Essen, so yeah. That's true. That's true. I think it's I think it's a built-in feature, or if not, it should be there. So you should have a code for that. I will ask my team to actually work out on that. Give me some update about that one. Hi, do we know if MG sleeves will fit? MG? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the MG. Sorry, Magic the Gathering. Oh, okay, MTG. Yeah. Normally, when you design board game, you always go for the sizes which, at least the cards, playing cards, for a standard size. You never go for nothing bigger because then there's a problem with sleeves. So yeah, for normal cards, yes. I saw this on Discord. Can you consider making the columns modular as having base, body, and top? There is a plan. Not the columns per se, but stalagmites. I mean, that was the idea. We will see what we come up with. I think it meant to work like you can actually stack one on top of other, or just get them, separately, or keep them apart. So that's what we currently thinking about, to create something like that. There's a big limitation of what we would like to do. There's many ideas, but realistically looking at what we can put on the sprues and making sure that we try to make everything pre-painted, including the stretch goals. Yes, maybe we will be able to pre-paint all the stretch goals as well. Then we have to be kind of selective at the moment. So I would say this campaign will be focusing mainly on kind of a little bit simple add-ons. Still good, still great, still nice design, but not so much a advanced like you would have to glue 50 pieces or 20 pieces together, right? So yeah. Alright. Hey, you don't have to play D&D, you can always collect them and paint them. That's what we have. We have many customers who actually only collect and painting, especially dragons. And when you have a chat with them at the show, and one of the questions I always ask, you play D&D maybe or no? They're just collecting dragons or collecting miniatures. So yeah, nice hobby as well. Okay. So no, let's keep this one. Let's keep this one at the moment. Let's keep this one at the moment as a secret. Only one thing which I would like to mention is that we make those holo cards, and holo cards was the one of the surprises we wanted to include. I think they changed quite a lot. They very nice, visible on the table. I'm very happy about how they come out. Okay, let's go back to presentation. Voila. Okay, so you might go to acidcave.net. Acidcave.net is the largest, the biggest, I think, Polish fan base for Heroes website and community website. There is a very nice article from Eric and Vicky. We've been working with them on Heroes 3, and there's lots of inside things, and there's many things you can read between the lines. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's kind of great to know that, you know, something is happening behind the scenes around our beloved heroes. Now, stay tuned, because I think maybe the more products, like physical products, will be available next year. Not necessarily from us, but I think there's going to be more products supporting and Heroes 3, or Heroes in general, or Might and Magic in general, I would say. And also, you may go on our blog. You will find the blog, link to the blog on our page. So if you go to archon-studio.com, click on the blog, there's a blog about languages. We've seen that, you know, a few times. I've seen this question asked a few times about the level of translation, or how good the translation will be. And we decided to actually create this blog just to give you some idea who actually is working with us. That you can see there's we use only professional translators with a number of projects already delivered, and so on and so on. So yeah, that's quite interesting as well, I think. Just to show you that, you know, we really care about that one. Okay. The tower. So the Sorcerer Spire. It's a massive 358 pieces tower. It will be it will be released. This will be released unpainted, so you will get, like, you know, spruce, and you can assemble the spruce and make large tower. We plan maybe in the future, once we, you know, mastered out the pre-painting, to release this type of towers and everything else also in a pre-painted version. So not everyone wants pre-painted. Pre-painted version is much, let's say the pre-painted terrain, we know for a fact that is actually much more attractive, because not everyone's got time to actually, you know, painting, but they would like to enjoy D&D sessions straight away with, you know, nicely painted terrain, and so on. Obviously, we're not going to be charging that much for painted version neither, so don't expect prices like you would find them in competition. So the caves will be, I believe, reasonably priced. So yeah, that's the thing. I was going to show you more thing, and I think the last slide I have, and then we'll come back to those questions, is that we are now on the TikTok. So please follow us on TikTok. Yeah. So Victoria is doing very good videos. She's making very good videos and post them there. So yep. Join us, because at some point we're gonna be doing some sneaky peeks there, sneaky peeks about the future products. So and yeah, you will find out some. So what else behind the scenes? Except to our own on top of working on our own products, we also have, let me just maybe show my face bigger. Show my face. That's the face cam, yeah. Okay, so on top of actually doing what you know already, there's this couple games we are currently working on. It's IP products. One of them is 4X space game based on one of the IPs. This is what I'm going to tell you today, and we plan to at least announce it at the Essen Spiel. Obviously, we're not going to be showing fully, and we won't have many assets, but at least you will know the title, and you should be able to see some maybe assets a couple of the assets available there. I'm very passionate about this. This is kind of what I wanted to have in this company, because it's a game I've been playing when I was a kid, many thousands of hours. I spent thousands of hours, and I meant to actually play today the latest version of the rules, which we all currently working on. So it's myself and Jacek and Kamil, and also Michał. So we all together work on those rules, and yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. There's a couple things I really want in that game. I want to replicate my feeling about that game, the way I play it, the way, you know, the way we wanted to, yeah. So we will see how this one develop. Don't do that. I won't tell you which one is it. I cannot tell you which one is it at the moment, because obviously we need to announce properly. We want to announce cooperation with the licensor and such. So yeah. About the homeworld. Yeah. I wasn't back in Homeworld. I used to play Homeworld many, well, including the Return to Karak. So, which I really like it. At the beginning, I thought the Homeworld wouldn't be any good one in terms of, you know, normal RTS. Like, come on, it's a space game, right? But anyway, I did enjoy that one. So, Wing Commander is something which is not available. I know for a fact it's not available, because I was one of the one which was pushing on a Wing Commander as well for many years, and we knocked all the doors, and finally when we reached the final door, they said the doors are locked and the key is in a deep river, unreachable. So that is for the Wing Commander. Maybe somebody else got a more power, I don't know, strength to get Wing Commander, but Wing Commander is not available at the moment. Yeah, Shimon mentioning many times about the Berserk license. Mentioned many times about the Berserk. I think it's difficulty to get it because it's so. Difficulty to get it because the it's many companies in Europe which it's something what I don't understand about the Japanese license or such license, right? So. Japanese licensors, they will provide a license to small companies which they only focus on small market, because they want those companies to build that license just in one country. So for instance, somebody's got a license for USA, some other company will get, which is big, okay, that market is big, but then the other company will get for Canada, the other company will get for UK, some other company will going to get it for any, you know, countries in Europe. So, and that is not working because not in our industry. I do understand maybe when you make a mascots or when you make, like, you know, toys, you could potentially make enough on a small market or your regional market to sustain, you know, at least that license, but not in our industry. Our industry is too small, and we know that for a fact because we only own license for Master of the Universe for the Europe. We used to have for USA, and I think we Simon is on the same boat. They only own for the USA. So in general, if you combine both, it's good. If you just have, you know, shared market within the gaming, board gaming, or it's not good. Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah, that's the one. No. Okay. There is also a couple of games we work in. We always work in games, right? So we have to. It's a wargaming game. At the moment we post development because we post development because there's changes within the structure of the company. I shouldn't say maybe that. In general, we post for a couple of weeks, maybe months. So we should be back on it next month, I hope. I hope we're gonna be able to announce this one at the to you first, maybe here on our live chat, or maybe at the Essen Spiel. We didn't have this one in plans, but it's a good idea to see how, you know, how 4 players play. But well, we're going to be at Essen, so I think the team also customer service, not customer service, the social media team will be with us, recording several videos. Maybe we can then record something like 4 players play. The thing with G.I. Joe is competing with the G.I. Joe IP for the models and for the miniatures. It will be competing with toys, and that's something which Hasbro is not interested in providing at the moment. About G.I. Joe, it's not my own. I know that from basically friends from industry. They're pushing on it, and they said no because of he's competing with the main line of products. I don't know. I haven't seen it any recently released, but it is. So it is what it is. Okay. Right. Okay. So this type of things, I think we can work on those things. Nothing stopping us. We need to only find the time for that, and obviously it needs to be a good quality. So in the new company, because we're gonna be moving in, I hope we're gonna be moving in at the end of the year. We're gonna have a separate room just with the camera setup, with a photo booth, with all those things which allow us to actually make nice product photos and record the videos. And maybe there we'll be able to do all those things you're asking for, because obviously it needs to have the nice quality. We cannot put something out there, official material, which is not the good quality. Okie dokie, I think that's all. If you have any more questions, drop me a line. So the Belgium now has facts. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard about it. So something on my to-do list to check this. I'll check that, and I will see if we should be going there or not. We see whether some other competition is there. If there is some other companies, definitely we will go, or maybe we can have a chat with other companies to go with us, like other Polish companies. We don't want to be only the ones with, like, you know, just few weeks ago there was a Gamescom in Germany, in Cologne, and we've been there. I've been there. I was there on a meeting back in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And from 2018 we were talking about maybe we should at some point have a booth there set up and such, because at the end of the day, games are games, right? And up until now we didn't have a coverage to go there and actually with the board games. Maybe the reason why that was because when we approached them in 2018, they wanted to put us with the all merchandising bits and bobs. So, you know, t-shirts and stuff like that, and then us making a board games adaptations of the video games, which we're not kind of happy about it. So I would rather be in a hall when they have some, I don't know, indie games at least something like that. We will see. Maybe they change approach. I should get in touch with them really, maybe for next year, see how this one goes. Yeah. Okay. Any news for Fields of Eternia? Well, this is the first expansion which we're releasing now. We plan to have more expansions, as we said before, in the future. We will be having demo stand at the Essen, so you'll be able to come around and play the game. And Oh, well, by the way, there's some special surprise for everyone who actually gonna be there. You'll be able to win some prizes. I think for the first time we're gonna be doing kind of lottery. Whenever you spend XYZ with us, we will just allow you to spin the wheel of fortune. Based what you score, that's what you're going to get. So there's some very, very great surprises, especially from the Fields of Eternia bits and bobs. Yeah. I never heard about this. Can you make 2 Blood and Dancing event in Białystok? Would be live to get. Never heard about this. I know we the guys having a list of shows we're going to be still attending this year with home. So maybe they can post this at some point. Actually, that would be a good idea to make a blog. And just let you know in a blog where exactly we're going to be with home towards the end of the year. Azure Pledge, yeah, everything. So Wave 1 is a Wave 1. It's basically everything shipped in languages. So we're not gonna be splitting anything apart. Wave 1 is a Wave 1. We still aim at the December. This is the information from manufacturer, and we keep bashing the manufacturer to let us know if anything is just happening. And at the moment they keep saying, yeah, it's all good, it's all great. So count on them. Really count on them. Pirate ship design. No, I will have next week. I will have next, not in a fortnight, in 2 weeks' time, on the next video, live chat. A blood donating event. Right. That's interesting. I don't think so. This is the one which was the Pyrkon, right? The same. So it's extension to this one, right? I think. No, we haven't been, at the moment we haven't been invited. I don't know nothing about this, and none of our team members mention it. Maybe just you will be able to get what you got it from at Pyrkon, so those packs of additional cards you will use for several different board games, including our. I'm keeping this one for next AMA because it's going to be closer to Essen, and I'm going to be showing you what you can get at Essen from us, or during the Essen, because it's also going to be available at our online store. Right. Okay. I'm thinking about slowly wrapping up, just to keep into 60 minutes. I don't want to keep you watching my face and listening to my boring voice. If you have some questions, more questions, just keep them coming. Yeah, that's correct. Just Shimon is correct in here. So the unlock languages, so anything which was unlock languages is part 2, wave 2. Okay, so yeah. What else? I think. At Essen we will have a final prototype, I think production version now of Home. So in English, and we're gonna be demoing in English as well. We won't have a German one because the translation just finished, so this means we won't have time on getting it to us, which means that, yeah, you may, if you actually at Essen, just step by, just come by our stand and say at least hello. I will have something. This year I won't have nothing special for you. not this time around. Maybe next time. Like I did on the UK Game Expo, but at the moment I am unable because there's so many things happening at the same time that we have to coordinate it, and I know something will go wrong, and I don't want to I don't want my promises to go wrong. Like I will promise something to if you combine to the stand. So no. Yeah, that's true. So there was we participated in the event at the PyrCon, where people who donated blood were receiving a special cards, basically a pack of special cards, and there were special cards designed just for the just for heroes. So for those of you who are hardcore collectors, and if you want those cards, not only for heroes, there was a pack of many cards for many board games, like Nemesis, for instance, right? So, so if you want something really special and not for free for your blood, try to find it on internet. Maybe you will be able to still join that and still get those cards. And I think next year we will do exactly the same, and I think with exactly the same pack of cards, just to make sure that people are not missing anything. Yeah, it's a very good course, actually. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the club. I'm the same. I'm diabetic. I'm unable to donate blood. We will find other solution. I hope. You can always convince your friend to go and donate the blood and, you know, cash the cards. Why not? You know, in fact, you can convince many other friends to go there and cash many cards. Okay. Yeah, I think so. They have different. I think they have different arts, but that's the question to. That's the question to Jakub, and Jakub should be able to answer that. Yeah. So Leary, today we had discussion about prizes, and there is something great prizes coming for tournaments, which help you to grow. Now, in regards to Spanish, we already in discussion with our hopefully new employee for Spanish market, and he's gonna be fully dedicated Spanish person. He's gonna be fully dedicated for Spanish market, and he's gonna be able to drive sales and also drive and help you out with all the events, everything else. So give us really a couple of weeks to sort it out, all the details with him, and we'll make a small announcement, at least to the our Spanish distributors and stores we work with, about new representative of our company in Spain. Yeah. So the same cards with the new design, so you just have a special graphic there. Okie dokie. Send CV. Send over the CV. We're always looking for people who wants to join the team. And we're currently expanding sales team. That's for sure. We want to have also local sales teams, especially the UK one. This is the one which is at the moment like really need somebody to be there, and we need to have a warehouse there in the UK in order to actually push the product out. Yeah. No, like we are normal company. We spend a lot of time on having fun, but in general this is very hard work. It's much more harder than you know. It's really difficult commodity, very difficult commodity, huge competition and such, and you have to go beyond and above constantly to have much better product, which, you know, it's difficult. So difficult, but it's you know, it's something different, completely different than, you know, selling vehicles, cars or engines or whatever, you know. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be wrapping up. I wish you all the best. Let's see each other in a couple of weeks' time. I'm gonna have more information for you about Essen, and also what you're gonna be able to get at Essen. So just to prepare you, Yeah, for that. And again, just quick recap of join the TikTok, because we're gonna have some special stuff for you to show you soon. Thank you and have a good one, and I will see you, hear you, read you